What up, Super Squad? Hey, don't be too angry. I know it took us a long time to get here, but we're here now. Guest access into action plans. You don't need a super login. You can go direct to an action plan, and anyone can have access. You can do it at the domain level. You can do it at an individual user level, and this is robust use cases that people have been asking for a hot second. It's here. I'm going to pass it over to Steve, show you how it works.
The super duper feature update. It's super duper
Guest
duper.
access for action plans.
What is up, y'all? Super Steve here, coming in with a big super duper feature update for action plans. This is one of the most requested action plan features that we have. Now, I know there's some others that are hotly requested and we're working on those, but for right now, this one's ready to go, which is guest access for action plans. What this lets you do is actually send an action plan to someone who doesn't have a Supered account. This is very useful, for example, if you're a partner and part of your client onboarding process is using action plans, and you actually want to have getting supered as part of that action plan. Well, you can't really give them the action plan if they don't have a supered account, and you get this chicken and the egg situation. So what this lets you do is whenever you go into your action plan, whenever you're assigning it or creating that action plan, you can go ahead and type in the email address of who you wanted to send it to. So let's do Steve, and we'll put in today's date. And then you have two different options presented to you when you type in an email address. You can either do guest email access for that singular email address, or you can do guest email access for all people at that domain. So let's go ahead and do it for the email and hit save. Now, as part of this, we also added in email capabilities for inviting someone to an action plan, and we show you the last time that they were emailed. So I have two different email addresses here, my first one and then the one I just added. Let's go ahead and click email. And you can see, okay, we've sent this email with this subject line, so you can help them find it in their inbox really easily. And I'll go to the one that I previously sent, which is right here. Oh, and I just got that new one that just came in as well. And what this is a quick little invite to tell them, hey, you've been invited to this action plan. Click here to get started. So I'm going to open this up in an incognito window. And what this does is it knows their email address because it sent them that email, and it automatically logs them in. It knows their email, knows who they are, and they can access this action plan. They can check things off. They can access cards as part of this. They can access guides as part of this. Everything that they would normally be able to do in an action plan, they can do here. And then if they access this link, it's actually, it stays good for 60 days, I believe. So actually, no, it actually stays good for a whole year. So they have a long duration where they probably don't need to do this next step I'm going to show you. But if they go to this action plan link and they didn't go through that email, or they're not logged in, what they can actually do is type in their email address. So I'll put in the one that I had just sent to, and it will either send them an email or let them know, hey, you don't have access to this action plan. You need to talk to the person who invited you. And then this will send that email address. So I just got it again. So it sends that email again so that they can click it. And if I copy that link, take it over here, I can now access this action plan. So it's built-in email validation so that they don't have to log in. Now, one of the cool things as well as part of this is if they actually are logged in and they have a real valid Supered account, it will give them a different UI. So let me show you what that looks like real quick. So I'm going to do this for my own account here because I think it'll be a little bit easier. Let's go ahead and do this guest email access and send that. So in this particular case, this user actually does have an email already in the system. So if I go ahead and access that action plan and I log in with that email address, it'll send the email to access this action plan. So let's go ahead and look for that email. But then it'll also have this new button, open in app. So we show this button when we know that they have a Supered account associated with their email address, or if they're logged into Supered. And when they click this, it'll make them log into Supered. So let's go ahead and get logged in here. This one I actually am going to do this over here because I have to log in through a security mechanism for that. So let's go ahead and do open in app. It'll take them in app. And the other cool thing is that it automatically escalates their assignment from guest access to user access. That will put the action plan in their account so that they can access it just like normal. Now, as part of this, we also made it really easy to know who's a user versus who's a guest, and you have the access links. So you can copy this link and send it to someone that's a user, or copy this link and send it to someone that's a guest, and you have different experiences. Or you can also send emails to either of those people. All of this replaces the old open invite link. Well, we saw the open invite link, but this replaces the old one where you type in someone's email address and it would create an invite for them. We just removed it as part of this because this system is better for users. So all of this sort of encompasses this large body of work, which is giving this guest access to action plans. There's lots of small things that we did along the way as well that, just improvements we made to the action plans along the way, such as if you're assigned a task, we show you, let me assign the task here to myself. We show it in blue if it hasn't yet been completed, so they can very clearly see tasks that belong to them. And then the other thing just to mention here, and you might have seen it in that quick little assignment I did, but you can actually assign the task to those email access users as well. So they have full capability with the action plan, just as they would if they're a normal user. So all of this is live right now, ready to be used, and looking forward to putting more features out for action plans. We actually have a few things that have been hotly requested and are cooking in the dev cave right now. So very excited to get all this live. As always, stay awesome, stay supered.